The 7th annual Epic Diabetes Conference is back this weekend, and the event is all about empowering patients and teaching people how to care for both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Here to talk about the event today, we welcome the Community Engagement Manager with the Children's Diabetes Foundation, Sydney Lundgren. Sydney, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's so wonderful to see you. You said you're gearing up here in the final few days before the big event, which is so exciting. So for anyone watching, wondering what is the Epic Diabetes Conference, tell us what we can expect.
Yeah, the Epic Diabetes Conference is put on by the Barbara Davis Center and the Children's Diabetes Foundation, and it's a great way for people in the diabetes community to connect with other people in the community, as well as doctors, along with industry professionals, and get to learn more about the research that's going on, but also just connect with other people who really get what having this disease is like.
Right, and you're someone with type 1 diabetes, so you really understand that, you know, it can maybe feel lonely on that health journey. And so this is a way, you said feedback you've gotten from previous years is that community aspect and meeting other families and people is really what people wanted. So you're kind of putting that at the priority list this year.
Yeah, we're really focusing this year on community connections. We've heard in the past that people have left this event meeting new families and new friends with type 1, and they've never met someone with diabetes before. And as someone with type 1 diabetes, having a strong community around you who you can vent to when things get hard or just go to for advice really makes managing the disease easier. So we're really focusing on that this year.
That's really cool. You said another big topic will be like the technology, because that's a really big part of it as well, and kind of just touching on what's changed even just in the last year.
Yeah, some of the topics we're focusing on this year are diabetes technology updates. We're talking about new and novel insulins, obesity medications in diabetes.
Oh yeah, that's been a huge topic, right?
One that's so important for people to just be knowledgeable on.
Yeah, that is really cool. What would you say you enjoy the most each year being involved, and then also someone with type 1 and just kind of seeing the relationships and seeing everyone come out of there with a lot more knowledge?
Yeah, my favorite part is just meeting other people with diabetes and just getting to connect with them, talk about their least favorite and maybe favorite parts of diabetes, but also just getting to learn more about looking forward. What is this disease going to look like? What options do we have? What do the technologies look like?
Is there like a big, stigma for people with diabetes that you want to talk about today for maybe people watching at home that aren't super familiar?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people think that diabetes, both type 1 and type 2, happens because it's your fault. And it's a big misconception. And it's a myth that we're trying really to battle, that this disease, specifically type 1 diabetes, is not your fault. It's autoimmune. And beating that stigma every day is something that all diabetics have to deal with, and it's really important that we talk about it and talk with people who also get it at this event.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're bringing a lot of awareness to it, which is so great, Sydney. Tell us all the event details, when and where, and how we can come out and support.
Yeah, so it's going to be Saturday, June 2nd. Registration opens up at 8 a.m. The event starts at 9 a.m., goes till about 2:30, and it's at the CU Anschutz campus this year.
New location for anyone who has gone in previous years. CU Anschutz, which you said is right by the Barbara Davis Center.
It is. It's a 2-minute walk from the Barbara Davis Center.
That is awesome. Sydney, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, we'll send things over to